You slip. You hit the floor. And a manager rushes over asking, "Are you okay?" In that moment, most people are embarrassed, shaken up, and just want to get out of there. But what you do in the next 48 hours can make or break your injury case. And one wrong move can hand the store or the insurance company exactly what they need to deny your claim. If you slipped and fell in a store in Indianapolis, there are 3 mistakes that can seriously damage your case before it ever gets started. And here's the problem. A lot of people do not realize they are making those mistakes until it is too late. They think, "I'll wait and see how I feel." They think, "The store probably has cameras, so the evidence will be there." They think, "I'll just write down what happened and deal with it later." But in many slip and fall cases, the evidence disappears. Video gets erased, the scene changes, witnesses leave, memories fade, and suddenly, a case that would have been strong becomes much harder to prove. So, in this video, I want to walk you through the 3 biggest mistakes people make after a slip and fall case, and what you should do instead if you want to protect yourself. Mistake number 1, waiting too long to act. This is probably the biggest mistake of all. A person falls in a store. They are hurting. Maybe they feel embarrassed, but they think it is not a big deal, and they wait several days, sometimes even a week, before they call a lawyer. By then, the store may have already cleaned up the hazard, changed the scene, and in some cases, the surveillance footage is gone. That is what I call evaporating evidence. A lot of people assume that if there are cameras in the store, the video will still be there whenever they decide to pursue a claim. That is a dangerous assumption. Businesses often do not keep footage forever. Sometimes systems automatically overwrite or recycle recordings. So, if you wait too long, some of the most important evidence in your case may be lost before anyone even asks for it. That is why the first 48 hours after a slip and fall are critical. If you are physically able, there are a few things you should do right away. First, report the incident to management. Make sure the fall is documented. Second, take photos of the exact area where you fell, not just a close-up of the spill or the hazard, but wide shots too. You want to capture the surrounding area, the floor condition, the lighting, the aisle, and whether there were any warning signs or no warning signs at all. Third, get the names and contact information of any witnesses who saw what happened or who saw the condition before you fell. Because once that moment passes, it becomes your word against theirs. And the truth is, the property owner or the insurance company may later argue that the condition was obvious, that it was fixed right away, or that it was not there at all. The more evidence you preserve immediately, the harder it is for them to rewrite the story later. Mistake number 2, giving a statement while you are still in shock. This happens all the time. Someone falls, they are in pain, they are rattled, and a store employee or manager comes over and says, "Can you just tell me what happened?" Or worse, they hand the person a piece of paper and ask them to write it down right there on the spot. That may sound harmless, but it can be a trap. Right after a fall, people are not thinking clearly. They may be dizzy, they may be embarrassed, they may not even know yet how badly they are hurt. And because they are trying to be polite, they often say things like, "I think I just slipped. I'm okay. I didn't see it. I was probably moving too fast." Later, those words can be used against them. The store manager or insurance company may point that the statement and argument that you were not paying attention, that the hazard was open and obvious, or that you admitted fault. That is a big problem. Now, to be clear, you should report the incident, but there is a difference between reporting that you fell and giving a detailed statement while you are still disoriented and vulnerable. You do not need to guess. You do not need to speculate. You do not need to minimize what happened just to make everyone else comfortable. Stick to the basics. Report that you fell, ask that the incident be documented, get medical care if you need it, and before giving a detailed recorded or written statement, talk to a lawyer. Because once certain words are written down, the insurance company will try to use them as if they tell the whole story, even when they do not. Mistake number 3, assuming the store will preserve the video for you. This is another major mistake. People assume the store will do the right thing. They assume the incident report will be accurate. They assume witnesses will be easy to find later. They assume the business will save the footage and keep everything exactly the way it was. But you should never build your case on assumptions. The reality is that important evidence often needs to be preserved quickly and intentionally. That is one reason why immediate investigation matters. When my office gets involved early in a slip and fall case, one of the things we do is move fast to investigate. That can include getting someone out to the location to photograph the scene, identify potential evidence, and talk to witnesses before they disappear or forget key details, because timing changes everything. A wet floor dries, a leaking freezer gets fixed, a warning cone suddenly appears where there was none before, employees leave, witnesses stop answering calls, and what looked obvious on day one becomes much harder to prove later. The sooner you act, the better your chances of preserving the facts as they really were. And this matters because slip and fall cases are often defended aggressively. Insurance companies do not just hand out fair settlements because someone got hurt. They look for gaps. They look for inconsistencies. They look for missing evidence. And if they can say there's no video or no one remembers or the injured person wrote that they didn't see anything, they will absolutely use that to weaken your case. What should you do after a slip and fall? So let me make this simple. If you slip and fall in an Indianapolis store, here's the practical checklist. Report it to management right away. Take photos and videos of the area, the hazard, and the absence of warning signs. Get witness names and contact information. Do not give a detailed written or recorded statement while you are still in shock. Get medical attention and talk to a lawyer as soon as possible so steps can be taken to preserve evidence before it disappears. Those early decisions can make a huge difference because a strong injury case is not just about proving that you fell. It is about proving why you fell, what the store knew or should have addressed, and preserving the evidence before it is gone. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. Slip and fall cases can be won or lost in the very beginning. The longer you wait, the more likely it is that the best evidence disappears. So take the situation seriously, protect the facts, and get guidance early. If you are a loved one or dealing with an injury case, give me and my team a call at the Mark Lopez Law Firm. Our number is 317-632-3642. We would love to talk to you about your options, but most importantly, remember, insurance companies are not your friend, but I can be. Give me a call.